In this video, I'm going to share what clamps you should buy for your home woodworking business and what clamps to avoid. If you're going to make money woodworking, you're going to need a certain selection of clamps depending on what kinds of projects that you make. Hi, I'm Joe Barclay. Welcome to our wood shop here on beautiful Loon Lake up in the Adirondacks. Woodworking is a hobby I've enjoyed since I was a kid. Recently, we decided to take that hobby and make money with it. This video is really geared to beginner woodworkers setting up their shop for the first time to make money woodworking. In a previous video, I shared my thoughts on what measuring and layout tools you should get to set up your shop to make money woodworking. I'll put a link to it up here so that you can check it out. Clamps, the old saying is, you can never have too many. And that might be true, but one thing that I know for sure is that you can have a lot of money tied up in clamps that you never use. So like in my other videos, I suggest that you buy clamps as you need them. But there are a few things that you should go ahead and get now. Let me share those with you. The first kind of clamp, and I would buy a few of these right now, is what we call F-style clamps. And we have these in the shop from 6 to 24 inches long. They're super handy. We use them almost every day. This is actually a Harbor Freight clamp. They were only a couple of bucks, and they're surprisingly good. But get yourself a few F clamps, you'll use them a lot. The next kind of clamp to get is what we call a pipe clamp. And you buy the clamp fittings and the pipe separately. Get the 3/4 inch pipe. It doesn't flex as much as the 1/2 inch pipe. You can get this pipe at your big box store. We have sections of 2-foot and 5-foot pipe in the shop. You can move the ends back and forth so you've always got the clamp you need. And you can connect 2 sections of pipe together with a little connector if you're doing a really long glue up. For years, pipe clamps were the go-to clamp. They're super affordable. I would suggest you start with them rather than jump in and buy what we call parallel clamps. These are parallel clamps. This is the Bessie clamp. Barbara started buying these for me years ago. They're excellent, but they're a little pricey. For now, start out with the pipe clamps. The next kind of clamp to get is what we call a ratchet clamp. And these are cool because you can do them with just one hand. We've got these in several sizes too. They're super handy. They're real affordable. I would get a couple of these right now. The next kind of clamp is what we call hand screws. And you've probably seen these. These have been around forever. These do a couple of things I really like. We do a lot of boat work, and it's real easy to have the faces of the clamp not parallel to each other. But where I really use them a lot is when I'm working with small pieces at either the drill press or the router table. If I've got a real small piece I need to drill, I can put it here in the hand screw, clamp the hand screw to the drill press table, and it's good and safe. My fingers are out of the way. Same thing, if I'm routing a real small piece, I can put it here in the hand screw and use the screws to guide it through the router table. Again, I keep my fingers out of the way. Something else that's real handy is what we call corner clamps or corner blocks. You can buy them or you can make your own. These are some of the Chinese ones I bought. Super affordable, surprisingly good. They hold the corners of a case, for example, at a dead 90 degree. It's like having an extra set of hands. But for now, just go ahead and make your own. You can make them out of scrap plywood or MDF. The key thing is that this, of course, be 90 degrees. Now, I've seen some where people have just drilled holes to put the clamps in. I found it works better if you notch this out so this face here is parallel to the wall of the cabinet. It's easier to clamp on there nice and neat. And then if you do make these, make sure you knock this corner off here. Otherwise, if you're gluing up, say, a cabinet box and you've got a little glue squeeze out, you might end up gluing your block to the cabinet. Don't ask me how I know. Kind of a specialty clamp is the band clamp. I would not go out and buy one of these. They're a little pricey, but if you're making picture frames or frames, they're super handy. In that case, you'll use them a lot. Another specialty clamp we have, these are clamps specifically for when we're doing pocket hole work. Here too, I would not buy these until you know you need them. And then the most versatile clamp of them all, and it's not even a clamp, it's masking tape. I use this a lot. For example, if you're gluing on edge banding onto plywood, rather than use the iron-on edge banding, if you're putting on your own hardwood edge banding, you can stick it down with strips of masking tape. It's unbelievably strong. Get some of this in your shop on both the 1-inch and the wider width. You'll use it all the time. Barbara and I were at a woodworking show a few weeks ago. The great Tom McLaughlin was there, and he was veneering the end of a fancy table leg, and he clamped the veneer on with masking tape. You'll use it a lot. So that's it for clamps. The best suggestion I can give you is buy things as you need them. Don't tie a lot of money up in clamps that you might not use. Now, in the description, there's a link on how to start a profitable woodworking business from home. I hope you'll check that out. In our next video, I'll be sharing some thoughts on what hand tools to buy, so make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. Hey, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Let's go make some sawdust.